Well, everybody else left. I guess it just leaves you and me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, say, I wanted to look at that for a sec. Oh my god, that's the Mask Salesman when he was young, wasn't it? That would explain so many things, you little shit. Everyone has gone away, haven't they? Yeah, I guess so. Will you play with me? No. You're a boring kid. Yeah, I sure am. That's how I've always been. Will you play with me? I mean, sure, why not? You don't have any masks left to share, do you? Nope. Well, let's do something else. Well, let's play good guys against bad guys. Yes, let's play that. And you're that you get the Fierce Deity's mask. Could this mask's dark powers be as bad as Majora? Tremendous powers emanating from within. So, you give away all the masks to those other mask-remained characters, and for that, you get the final reward, which is the greatest prize of all. The Fierce Deity's mask. You play with all four of the children of the moon. The kid with the Majora's mask gave you the Fierce Deity's mask as thanks. So there you go. That's all the side quests. And now with that, are you ready? You're the bad guy. And when you're bad, you just run. That's fine, right? Well, shall we play? Oh boy. This sounds really ominous. Well, doesn't look so bad. Alright, I like it here. It's kind of neat. But anyway, it's finally time. Playing the kid with Majora's Mask. You can probably anticipate what's going to happen. So welcome everybody, finally, to the finale of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is your host, the MJ406. And now we've been to the moon with all four of our masked remains. Here's what we needed to get here to begin with. We use all their power to summon the Wretched One. It is Majora's Mask. Finally, the title drop. I've been waiting for this. So, yeah, you're pretty strong and all, but, I've got a better method for dealing with you. It's something called the Fierce Deity's Mask. A mask containing the dark power of the Fierce Deity. It can only be used in special places. If you're wondering what that means, well, this is one of those things. But anyway, here you go. Remember your battles. When fighting your tough head on, you've always had luck approaching the situation from a different angle. I'm sure I've had. But you know what? Let's try using this Fierce Deity mask. You put it on. And guess what? You're Adult Link. And well, with this, you basically swing, you have a sword beam. Waste a little magic to use it every time. And you deal damage to Majora's mask, the other mask will try to come and fight you off. So get them out of your way too. It's basically like a big Goron sword. It's one of people's favorite things about this game. Having this freaking mask is just insane. It basically just makes you unstoppable. You got your sword beams, you just keep attacking Majora's mask. It breaks through the defenses, knocks it out, and then basically pierces through. So yeah, basically if you get this mask, this boss is an absolute joke. Which is unfortunate, because this fight is amazing. Oh yeah, it has more than one phase, by the way. Such as this. It now turned into whatever the fuck this is. Majora's Incarnation! Oh, so it changed itself into some other weird form, huh? What the hell? Where'd you go? Why is it dancing? What the fuck? Remember your strategies! Change fast-moving enemies! Aim at far-away enemies! You've done this all before! Yeah, it's great. I'll just keep beating the crap out of it, yep. See, it's really unfortunate. This whole boss fight is an absolute joke if you use the Fierce Deity's mask, but, it's still a nice fun reward if you actually try to get everything, all the masks and all that, and... Oh yeah, here, by the way, here's the final phase. This would be... Well, Majora's Wrath. Yeah, it's great. Observe the enemy! The most powerful of enemies has a weak spot. Figure out what it is and catch them off guard. It's the Fierce Deity mask. That is their greatest weakness. They will die easily like a little bitch to this. Like a little bitch. I'll beat the crap out of you, that's it. Yep. That is the final boss, ladies and gentlemen. That is all you had to do. Put on the Fierce Deity's mask, make a joke out of it, and make this game feel like a waste of fucking time. Because of course it is. That's boring. Let's do something different this, shall we? Just, let's time warp out of this fades to white. So, if you thought that fight was a big letdown, let's do it differently. This time, I'm not going to use the Fierce Deity's mask. So really, if you get all the masks, you basically have the power to blaze to the end of the game. Which, well, yeah, can kind of feel like a letdown. It's nice to get to the end quickly, but, you know, if that's all you're here for, then good for you. However, if you actually don't want to cheese this boss, you've got one of the best boss fights in the series, if you ask me. So let's do this the right way. This time, no Fierce Deity Link power-up. Remember your battles, you want to fight, you still tough head-on. You've always had luck approaching the situation from a different angle. Now I can show you what it's really like to battle this thing. So, how do you handle Majora's Mask, you may be wondering? Well, your arrows can't pierce it, so try to approach. There's a hole actually here in the center of the room. Just keep an eye where Majora is. Wait for it to come near you. And when it does... Oh, I blew it. Basically, the easiest way to be able to damage this part of the phase, wait for it to come right above where you're stationed in your hole. As soon as you do, you can knock it out. And you can actually damage it that way. If that takes too much time for you, you can always try your luck with arrows. Well, that's not exactly easy either. It's up to you how you want to handle this boss, but either way, this boss is certainly an endeavor, that's for sure. If it wasn't obvious, make sure you target it, because if you don't, you're going to have a very rough time trying to fight this thing in general. And make sure you don't waste your arrows like what I've been doing, but yep. You can always slash it in the back after you, hit it with an arrow. You can stun it, and then you do the real damage afterwards. And, well, of course, you may want to get these other guys off you, too. You can always use your magic if you want, but depends on what you want your magic for, which I guess I could always use a Chateau Romani. I'm trying to fight off the other masks you summon against me. Could you stop cheating, bro? Well, I can target them. But yeah, this fight is pretty intense. You hear the theme looming over you as you fight it, of course. Oh yeah, Majora's Mask has a beam as well, of course. Oh, there's no tattle for those masks either. Once they're gone, though. So you don't have to worry about them afterwards. Ow, that beam is so fast. Such a jerk. So, yep. Either bide your time to hit it with the Deku Scrub. Okay, can you not aim for the floor, please? Oh, I missed. Either bide your time to hit it with the Deku Scrub, or just try to shoot with arrows. Oh, and he hit you out of the hole, too. Oh, I did not know that. Damn it. I guess a more sensible way to do this is with arrows, if I do not use Fierce Deity. And yep, the moment you fire an arrow, it basically looks back and is like, hey, what's going on over there? Oh yeah, you can also reflect the beam back at it, that's right! The mirror shield! I forgot about that, I never do that! Wow, that explains a lot about why that got tricky for no reason. Haha! You thought you'd get around me, bitch! You were wrong! You were wrong! It looks like the Fierce Deity's mask has the, same strength as the Great Fairy Sword, so, you know, you always use your Great Fairy Sword, don't forget about that. But I would use the Gilded Sword because I like having multiple weapons on me. So, here's the easiest phase, without Fierce Deity's mask. Majora's Incarnation! This one's literally just fast, so, you know, it can be kind of a nuisance, though. Ow! You're a jerk. Remember strategies! Chase fast-moving enemies! Aim for away enemies! We've done all this before, right? And this is where the frickin' Goron mask can be useful. I had the Zora mask on instead, like an idiot. So yeah, remember you're playing with Goat. If you try to roll fast, you'll be able to hit him with Goat and knock him down. And hit him with Goron. Just keep an eye on him and try to hunt him down. This is what your magic is more useful for, doing this part. Just bounce well and hope you can hit him. I think the items in this place respawn as well. Then again, if they didn't, that'd be a dick move. Stop avoiding me, asshole! And there you go, see? Just do that, and they can shoot with arrows. Or you can swing at it with your sword, whatever you want to do. Basically, just hit it with arrows, or use your Goron to hit it down. That's all. Like I said, this is the easiest phase of this fight by far. He's just like dancing. He's like, you can't hit me, yeah. Could you stop dancing? Damn it. I transform out of panic. But yep, I'd say use an arrow to stop him, or your Goron power, whatever you feel like is easier. And then slash him after you stall him. Thankfully, he always, you know, dances to the point where you can easily hit him. It's a fun fight, though. And now comes the real pain in the ass part. Here's the part where if you don't use Fierstini's mask, you are going to get your butt whooped. It's Majora's Wrath. Again. This time, you gotta use your power to find an opening. Even though this powerful of enemies has a weak spot, they know what it is that catches them off guard. Observe the enemies. Not today. Basically, you want to try to hit it as it's trying to attack you. And then attack it as it's nailed down. Just watch out. This is the phase that has the most dickish attacks. Basically, it tries to lure you into trying to hit it. So it can try to counter you. It's a dick move, this one. Ow! And then you just get caught in a whipping frenzy. Knock it off! Well, thanks for being there. But yeah, you want to hit it in the face with an arrow to knock it down. I guess you can also use a Zora power to knock it around. Oh god, he got me. Oh god, he grabbed me. He grabbed me. Well. Get out. Okay, you can take your way out of that, though. Yeah, I guess I can do this. Use the boomerangs to... Oh god. Ah, god, he threw me! Yeah, but you don't shake out until you get thrown. And yeah, see? Yeah, you can use the Zora boomerangs as well as try to stun this thing. Well, that's the thing. Even with the limited weaponry you may have, you don't have a lot of ammo for things. You can use your transformation masks in order to actually fight this thing off. So, yeah. Use them to your advantage. Ow! Could you stop grabbing me, you stupid asshole? I've had enough of you doing that. It's the whips, though. It just whips like crazy. It does multiple attacks where it basically can grab you to a chain. If you don't see it grab you like that, you're basically asking to get your ass hit. And then, yeah, you just have to worry about surviving. If you're trying to run around, trying to get ammunition or something, oh yeah, it also drops one of those dangerous top things when it's nearly dead. You can tell you're nearly done when you see those tops get dropped. Basically, they're there to throw off your rhythm. Stop whipping me, you asshole! And they're bombs as well. But it also presents another opportunity for you to be able to possibly hit it. It can also stun itself with its own weaponry, which is pretty stupid of it. But there you go. That's the professional way to do it. Use your arrows wisely. As usual, your arrows are very useful. And well, first phase, take the scrub or shoot it in the back. Then slash it. Second phase, use Goron rolling or shoot it while it runs around after it stops running super fast. Hit it down after that. Third one, aim for the head and hope that you can stun it and then hit it before it beats the shit out of you. And with that, Majora is dead. And Termina is saved. Oh, thank God, we were about to die. What took him so long? That fucking idiot. Rainbows. There we go. Now leprechauns can properly come back to Termina. Just what I wanted. The story of the Giants was true. See, I knew we could have the festival just fine. Look at you idiots. I can't believe you nearly all ran and died. See, you were safe staying inside the village all this time. Don't even believe me. I still don't believe you. They're still not safe in there. Dawn of a new day. Oh, how cheesy. How cheesy. But yep, once you beat Majora, he's awake! Basically, we get out of the Groundhog's Day loop. And now things can go back to normal. With our imp friend, of course. Bob screen's blank, by the way, so you're not missing anything down there. I'll change it if something comes up. But yep, remember the story we heard from the old lady not long ago about how the giant and the imp were friends, but the imp was jealous because the giants had to protect the town. He didn't have time to play with them. So it caused chaos to try to get attention. And, well, it ran off. It got left behind. You guys, you hadn't forgotten about me? Of course. They knew it was the influence of the mask that really turned you to chaos. You still thought of me as a friend? Well, would you look at that? I'm not going to forgive you, but I guess they will. They knew it was just the mask's influence all along. We gotta remember next time, we gotta banish masks for all of time. Yeah. And now because of this, I gotta go sleep for like 20 years, man. That was a lot of work. Thanks, asshole. I mean, friend. Is that a little mean to put it that way? I'm the one that said assholes are my friends, though. But well, with their duty of protecting the town done, they're back off to doing whatever, guarding their lands, I suppose. But yep, the Skull Kid has been forgiven. You know, did you save me? Of course. Were you the one I was looking for this whole time? I doubt it. I thought they didn't want to be friends with me. And when you did, it was really hard to want to be friends with you, prick. But they had forgotten about me. Oh, talking to the fairies. Right. Friends are a nice thing to have. Could you be my friend too? I swear to God, if you try to steal my shit again. No. You're the same spell as the fairy kid who told me that song in the woods. Are you the same fucking one I found from then? Are you kidding me? I know. Let's do something. Oh no, what are we doing? Well, here's the time to play. Oh, so the Eva has left the mask after all. Finally, it is mine. You're the true villain of this game. Well now, I finally have it back. Since I'm in the midst of my travels, I must bid you farewell. You son of a bitch. You're the one who started all this! I should just kill him. I should just not let him walk away. Should you be returning home as well? Oh, you know about that. Whenever there is a meeting, a parting is sure to follow. However, that parting need not last forever. Whether a parting be forever or merely for a short time. That is up to you. With that, please excuse me. I really want to shoot him in the back with an arrow. I really do. But you sure have managed to make quite a number of people happy. The masks you have are filled with happiness. This is truly a good happiness. This was all a thing by him. He created this fucking I knew he was fake! God damn it! Well, both of us have gotten what we were after. So this is where you and I part ways, isn't it? Right. You know, it was kind of fun. Yeah, sure. Well, it's almost time for the carnival to begin. So, why don't you just leave and go about your business? The rest of us have a carnival to go to. I mean, sure, fine, I'll leave. Jeez, you really don't want me that bad? I'll just get the fuck out of here. Bitch. Asshole. Asshat! God damn it, I told you that's not my name! At least call me an asshole, I'll feel better about it! Thank you. She won't even say it to my face. You filthy whore. But there we go. Now the big moon is gone and there's no doom and gloom looming over everybody. They can have the festival. And with that, that is the end of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Oh, man. Well, this game was certainly something. Oh, they even get to have the The Rudo group have their concert. Are they going to be playing the song that I wrote for him? That he stole from me like a fucking prick? No, it's the one we were practicing after we saved the temple or whatever. I guess after you beat Majora's Mask, I guess all the problems of the temples just go away immediately for, like, no reason. Oh, yeah, look at that. He's still alive. Or is that me sneaking in to be with all of them now? I gotta have fun with all these guys, you know? But, yep, Majora's Mask. So, my opinion of this game has improved over what I used to say. I used to always say this was my least favorite 3D Zelda game because I just got annoyed by the repeating of all these events you had to do just to get a couple things here or there. Pieces of heart, masks, and whatever you needed. Bottles. There's a lot of shit that you gotta know more as you go through, rather than, have to go into blind. Because otherwise this game gets pretty frustrating. They do give you enough hints to be able to get everything without too much trouble, but at the same time, there's a lot of little annoyances. Hey, what's going on? Hey, fuck you, buddy, I'll kick your ass. Ah, what the fuck you doing? Come on, we're time to celebrate the festival. Fuck you. Hey, look, the monkey's not being tortured. Maybe that's later.
Good, we have a guest for dinner.
Daddy? Just stand and look nice.
Okay, please don't hurt me, please.
But despite a lot of my frustrations with repetitive events and a lot of annoying, ideas, there's so much, visual carryover from Ocarina of Time. There's a lot of things that make it hard for me to, really appreciate this Zelda game on its own because it basically just takes Ocarina of Time just in a completely different setting. I guess they show all this stuff for all the events you completed as you went through the game. I guess it's a little different if you don't complete them. They probably skip some of these, or some of these are longer. I don't know. They're rescuing all the great fairies. Yep, that's part of it too. All 5 of them. Damn those filthy fairy whores. I never liked them. But either way, yeah, I will say, definitely the interactions you have with the characters, it definitely makes you feel more attached to them in this game than I guess you did in Ocarina of Time. But really, you only felt attached to, half the sages and Zelda. And that's about it. Everybody else is kind of just there. After Kokiri Village, it's just kind of everybody else ends up being forgettable for the most part. I wouldn't say that. Still, it's easy to be more attached to the characters so you feel like you're doing stuff for them to help better their lives when the world's nearly ending. And then eventually you get to save the world, and then, they're all fine anyway. They're all nice and happy, which is good. But, it's a lot of the little things that kind of bring this game down for me. Having to keep repeating things, especially having to repeat certain things in a sequence in order to be able to do certain objectives, including do that whole frickin' Anju Cafe side quest twice in order to get everything, at the very least, which is also kind of dumb. It's really obnoxious trying to figure out your way around it. But, it's the second 3D Zelda game, and like I said, IGN Aonuma and his team basically rushed making this game in 20 months, so they didn't have to make Uru Zelda, the disc drive expansion for Ocarina of Time, to include, 2 more temples and stuff. Well, I think some of the Uru Zelda stuff had carryover into this, so that explains some of it. And you got 4 dungeons that are 4 different corners of the world. The design of, the main line of the game is, really, really simple. As long as you can figure out what side quests you need to do. And, of course, the waiting for Anju. Waiting for her love cafe to be there for her. I'm assuming, of course, he is actually there. Is he still a kid?
You're marrying Tingle. Yes, you'll be my bride and we can have fun charting these maps as we feast on all the souls of the living.
Get out of here, Tingle. I don't like you. Get out of here, Tingle. Go away! Prepare the bride, but I don't see the groom anywhere. Frickin' cafe. Prick. But, this game... And there's the corpse of the Deku scrub you ended up inheriting, in case you couldn't figure that out by now. The butler's son, who we finally got to see. But, at the end of the day, I give this game probably a little too much flack. it carries a lot of the design choice they had from Ocarina of Time, and maybe that's why I don't think too much of it, because I did Ocarina of Time first, and then went to this. The setting is definitely something a little more unique, and something that's a lot different from what other 3D Zelda games before and after did at the time, so, you know. This is truly like one of the first unique Zelda games we had before Breath of the Wild came along, so, you know. While I usually say being different doesn't make you great, there definitely is a strong impression left in this game. I at least like you wanted Breath of the Wild. As long as you figure out your way and don't get frustrated with having to repeat cycles over and over again, it's a pretty enjoyable video game experience. It's definitely one that's very unique amongst the Zelda series. I understand why people are a big fan of this one. I'm still not the biggest fan of it because there's some plenty of frustrations having to go back and forth with things, and the time limit always looming over you. Oh yeah, and they did that for the original Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask credits. And here are the ones for the 3DS version in particular. These are very plain. But, you know, I thought this game was, good. I wouldn't say it's the best Zelda. I feel like the vocal minority would say it is. I get there's a lot of charm to this one compared to, like, the very formulaic feel of the rest. But, it's just modifying so much what Ocarina of Time did. The temples, I'm not the biggest fans of, because the first one's basic, so, I can let that one slide. The second one, this giant tower thing, is annoying. If you don't do that the right way, that can become a freaking disaster of a time. The Great Bay Temple somehow managed to be worse than the Water Temple, and is arguably one of the worst temples in the Zelda series. Not super terrible once you realize how to get around it, but still, the confusing maze, the fact there's so much more water, the fact you have to use the Zora through all that, like, how much more they made you use water in the game is one of the bigger frustrations I had. At least the Stone Tower was a pretty cool temple, with a great idea of basically being able to flip it, and being able to go along like the inverse of the whole temple, so you can, collect fairies, and be able to use treasure chests to reach up to certain ledges to get to more areas, including the end of the dungeon, which is pretty freaking cool. It's surprising no other dungeons really did that in the game. I mean, sometimes you use them to get up to a ledge, but, the fact you have to summon one on the ceiling to get to the end was actually a pretty clever idea. They made good use of their environments, at least. The side quests can also get pretty annoying. The fact that it feels like so much of the game is more the side quests themselves than the main game is also something that turns me off a bit. If you don't feel like going through all the side quests, it can be kind of a chore and an annoyance to do the game. But at the same time, it helps flesh the game out and make it, again, world building. Gives you the opportunity to feel for the characters. If you can't tell, that's most of what I have to say about the game. God, it's like Red Dead Redemption 2 compared to Red Dead Redemption 1. The interactions with the characters of the story is more important than the gameplay itself. Which they did enhance the engine in Majora's Mask to make it, feel like Ocarina of Time, but a little smoother. And, well, that's about all they did. Because in the main game around, it's not that good to me. Still a fun game, a very unique experience amongst the series, so it's definitely a worthy recommendation if you haven't played it and have played other Zelda games. Because its approach is certainly, you can tell that there are some ideas that are rushed. And the 3DS version, I feel like, improved on a lot of things. While the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time pretty much stuck to the same, minus a few minor improvements, such as some glitch fixing and, just general, like, smoothest improvements. Oh, yeah, you can also save afterwards, which, basically, you save, now you get to keep Fierce Deity's Mask, and save completed. The next time you play this file, you will start from the dawn of the first day. So basically, now you get to keep the Fierce Deity's Mask, which I think only works in boss rooms, if I'm not mistaken. Which I can actually show off another time. So, thank you all for watching my supposedly dreadful playthrough, I'm going to assume, of Majora's Mask 3D. And, well, Majora's Mask, I know some people really love the original over the 3DS entry, but I personally feel the improvements in the 3DS entry outweigh the flaws that it brought compared to the original. But hey, if you like the original over this one, that's fine. I want to say you're wrong, but that's kind of rude for me to say. Your opinion's wrong, as is mine. Oh, look at that. The screen's a little Look at this. I keep reading the intro movie's a little different now that you beat the game. Which makes sense. So yeah, the Zelda game is certainly one to be remembered. And well, if you were able to get through all of it, I guess it's a pretty fulfilling challenge. Just the temples, I only liked half of them. The bosses weren't that memorable, minus the actual final boss, which if you don't use the Fierce Deity's Mask, can be a pretty fun challenge. Although, I didn't show the bottom screen, but I never dropped under half my health because that's another problem with this game. The over-reliance on the bow and arrow. I know it's a great tool, but like, almost every single thing in the game relies on the bow and arrow. The fire arrow, the light arrow, the ice arrow. Every single boss had to die to the arrows. There's some sword swings too, but only in limited bursts. It's just... man. It's a lot of the little things that bring it down. Like, the general formula of the game is so simplistic. I can't really, like, think too much of it. It, like, feels like it doesn't change, with the exception of the transformation masks, which were cool. But then again, half the other masks are garbage. They fucking are barely useful. Most of them are useful for heart pieces. That's about it. All-night mask. Couples mask. Bremen mask is useful only to get the bunny hood. Postman's mask, only for a piece of heart. Like, that's the thing. So much of the fluff of the game feels like it's nonsense. It's just there to it's just there to fill up the game's time, to feel like you have to do a lot more to actually complete it. But, you know, if you're willing to stick with it, I guess it's fine. Just, yeah. I personally don't think as much about it as other people do. But hey, I'll just let you guys have your opinions. And here you go, here's what it looks like when you beat the game. If you got everything, you got 24 masks, including the 4 main transformation masks, because the giant doesn't count technically. All your songs down there, the main 10. And you got your 4 main masks, the sword you hold, the mirror shield, the bomb bag, and the quiver. And of course, any heart pieces if you happen to have them or not. Yep, that was my health at the end of this LP. So, yep. And again, my 3DS's clock is wrong. I never reset it, ever. Damn Pokemon. Alright, so... what's going to be coming up to this? Actually, I have... maybe 2 bonus episodes for this series. Because that's the thing. I actually have some ideas on how I want to, I know I'm having at least 1 bonus episode, because there's something I never tackled in this game, particularly the 3DS version. And that's the fishing. But yep, we'll go into that next time. So yep, thank you all for watching. If you're looking for another Zelda game in the future, oh boy, who knows when that's going to be. Might end up being Twilight Princess or one of the handheld ones. That's all I really have left. I don't feel like doing Breath of the Wild, so yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. But, yep, it's a great Zelda game. If you know how to approach it, it's better. It's a game that's better on multiple playthroughs. Because your first play of this game, I feel like, can be torture. But I guess it grades to people's memories better because they had to memorize everything. In an era without the internet being super prevalent and guides, it was a lot harder to get through a game like this and actually get everything. And believe me, I didn't use a guide at all. I actually went by all what the game had in there, so... yep, I wasn't relying on any sort of guide at all. Which is great for me. Shows I actually understand this game now. Alright, so... what game is going to be coming next to my channel? I'll talk about that in the bonus episodes. Which I think I'm going to have 2. Depends on how long the fishing takes to show off. Which technically is completion for that, but I'm not going to bother with it. I'll talk about that next time. Alright, anyway, thank you all for watching. Come back next time if you want to see how the fishing minigames work. And that's really all that's left of the 3DS version of this game. So, yeah, we'll end it off with that. So, see you guys around, and, happy Groundhog's Day. We're way past Groundhog's Day. I don't care. This game makes me feel like I've been trapped in my life and repeating it 3 days over and over again. It still feels like an absolute hell on Earth. Like the ultimate hell. Repeating the worst 3 days of your life over and over and over again. That's how this game made me feel! I'm kidding. See you guys next time.